Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. We have a interesting unboxing, and I'm not even sure if this boxing is going to be published because this is supposed to be a knife in the pass around. And as you can see, this is how the box arrived. It was pretty much crushed, and it has some major openings, so I don't know if it just got torn out. It's supposed to be a single knife. It's a really big box coming in for a single knife, so I have no idea what we've got in here. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we got. So I'm gonna cut some of the stuff over here. Hopefully you didn't see too much personal information, but I don't know. Okay, so inside the box is another bag. Okay, so there we go. Ooh, whatever that was, it just cut my finger. So it was sharp. All right, so within that, we've got a bag within a bag. So let's go ahead and open that. Hopefully everything is inside this bag. Okay, and then we got another bag within a bag. All right, so here we go. Okay. Whew. Wow. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is the Steep Country CPM S30V. It's a fixed blade. All right, so let's take a look at this fixed blade. This is one of the Hunt series from Benchmade. We'll see what this is all about. All right, so inside, got a sheath and a little protected material. Okay, so it's got the typical documentation. This was put in there to keep it from bouncing around. So as you can see, it's one of their handled with care. Benchmade's extremely sharp. So you can see that this right here, the blue class, whatever. So I'll move this off to the side. So here's the fixed blade. All right, it's got a Kydex sheath on there and little holes. Looks like probably could fix a tech lock or something like that, or ulti-clip. So orange on one side and then gray on the other, so a little clandestine. It does have some texture on the grip, so let's go ahead and see how this opens. Okay, so does it lock in place? Well, it doesn't really click lock. It kind of, I think the Kydex sheet goes around here, so this is very rubbery. Very thin, flat grind. Okay, it's S30V blade steel. You can see that. Definitely stone washed. It looks like a full tang, but it looks like it's sort of a rubber molded thing around it. So you can't take it off. It's probably glued on there. I don't know if this is a full tang. I'm going to assume it's a full tang because it's about the width of the blade, and I hope it's a full solid all the way through. And I hope it's just sticking up for that for a little bit of texture. That's what I'm going to guess. It does have some contoured shape to the grip right there. All right, so I've got large hands. As I put this in my hand, I am right at the max, right? Go any further, I'm going to be off the edge. There's no really choke up. I mean, I could kind of choke up a little bit, give you a little room for, I've got large hands with big meaty fingers. So if you have extra large hands with normal size fingers or double extra large hands with thinner fingers, that's how you would probably grip it. Probably a little room for an extra large hand with meaty fingers, I imagine. It's got some jimping here and some jimping for up front. So double jimping. This jimping is not super rough when you just kind of lightly glide across, but as soon as you dig in, it does have some good control. It's thin, but it's thin, but it's all the way flat grind all the way through. It's got a nice edge. This is S30V blade steel. Don't know what the price is. Minimal billboarding, but having the website is kind of dumb, in my personal opinion. But who cares? Yeah, I mean, it feels. I don't know. This feels like it doesn't feel like it should be a very expensive knife. I mean, my first impression. I don't know how much this thing costs, and I'll have a link down below. My first impression on this knife feels like this is probably a good maybe $75, $80 knife, maybe at best. $80 knife, maybe $90, because well, if it's Benchmade, maybe $100. I'd give it $100. Anything over $100, I think it's absolutely overpriced. Because I mean, okay, maybe yeah, the Kydex sheath or whatever. Okay, let's for cost purposes, let's say we add $30. So we'll say $130 for this knife altogether. Okay, so $130 because of the Kydex sheet. But that would be it for me. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's a little sharp on there, so you can definitely use that. It definitely, the edge is fairly No. Okay, so it's longer on this side and it's shorter on this side, so it's not an even edge all the way across. This kind of goes a little long. This goes, does it go along on both sides? Let's see. It's about the same on both sides, but this side is definitely longer than the other, which means that it looks like, yeah, this one's definitely gonna, it's gonna look a little off-centered if we're trying to look dead down the middle of it, what have you. But I mean, it's got texture. This does give you some texturing. This gives you some texturing. Man, think about with the rubber stuff like this, man, after a while you use it, it starts to peel off. And I've got very acidic hands. And I can tell you anything like this that's plastic that I have, it just starts to dissolve with my oils, my acids in my oil. So this would definitely be a big no-go for me because this material is never positive for me. I would have to have something that was a little different material, like a G10 or something. I would have a much better fortune with a G10. So it's interesting. It's an interesting knife. Like I said, I would think maybe, you know, because it's Benchmade, I'd give it 130 bucks. I think realistically, a knife like this should probably cost, with the Kydex sheath, probably 100 bucks. I would say $100 would be a fair price, especially with S30V blade steel and this kind of injection just, you know, molded around the tang. I mean, realistically, if you were to say what's a good price, a really nice price for this, probably 80 bucks. It's an $80 knife, it feels like to me. At most, I don't feel like there's a whole lot to it. Very simple blade, very flat grind, a quick edge on there. So there you go. Interesting knife, a big giant box. I'm surprised it made it. I honestly thought I was going to open that box and there was going to be nothing in there. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, there we go. I was putting it in the wrong way, but it sort of allowed me to put it. That's weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's not any like satisfying click, and you can't adjust this to make it more grippy. So, you know, if it does start to, because of heat, expand, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. You can't tighten it or anything like that. But, you know, it is what it is, right? So, I mean, it's useful. And if you're a Benchmade fan, you're probably going to dig this. I don't know what the price is. We'll have to check it down below in the link. We'll try to do a review on this knife. Very interesting knife, that's for sure. Very interesting. So the Benchmade fixed blade, this particular one is called this is the Steep Country blue class. It's number 15, you see that? 15006-1. This was made 1924. It's a Hunt Outdoor Series. It's a fixed blade, and it's CPM S30V blade steel. So, you know, it's CPM S30V blade steel, which is not very impressive. And I don't know. You know, if I'm going to have a fixed blade, I'd love to see something like 3V Magna Cut. Something that's a little tougher, right? Something you can handle more outdoors stuff on. But it's okay. It's okay. It'll work. It does give you a good grip. It's not sliding in and out. Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the orange. I mean, if you go hunting and you wanted something bright, I mean, that's definitely cool, right? It does have a place for a lanyard. It's not super sharp, so it's not going to be uncomfortable as you're cutting. But yeah, see, that's edgy, and that's gonna, after a while, if I use this, I'm gonna get a blister. That's just a reality, you know. And these are a little edgy on top, so it's rounded this way, but it's not on the side. And when you start using a knife and that lateral goes back and forth, this starts to become, it'll start to wear and it'll cut your hand. So this definitely would have to be a glove, but once it's a glove, I mean, I'm gonna be out here on it. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's okay. I mean, it would have to be a really good price for me to even want to, you know, what have you. But there you go. This is the Benchmade Outdoors Blue Class Steep Country. Interesting knife. I'm glad I got a chance to check it out. It's okay. So we'll do a review and see what our thoughts are and find out the price, and then do a little more analysis and weigh it and stuff. But my first impression is like, okay, interesting. So, hey, if you have any questions about this knife or this, you know, the review coming up, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see your questions and things you can look in. If I missed something and you think I'm an idiot, please let me know as well. Because, no, I'm always learning, trying to figure out. I'm learning about fixed blades. I mean, I love my a couple of fixed blades that I have, but this one's interesting. It's definitely, it wouldn't be a contention for me to acquire for my collection for sure, or use. All right, so, but it's interesting. Some people are going to love it. And maybe it's smaller and that's appealing, so I get it. All right. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button down below as well? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who watches the channel, who enjoys the content, who watches, participates, leaves comments, likes the videos, and a part of the live stream. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, maybe hit that notification button as well so you can be notified of future content like this video. And to all my channel members out there, big, huge thank you to you guys. I genuinely appreciate you and thank you for your support. There's a lot of things that we can do in the channel that I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for you. At least I wouldn't be able to do it so soon. So I'm very grateful to you guys. You allow this channel to do more things more quickly. So I appreciate you guys very much. So thank you for that. Yeah. If you've been on the fence, you thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, I would love to have you. I'd be honored. But please don't ever feel obligated. It would be an honor to have you as a channel member. So thank you. Thank you to anyone who wants to be a channel member out there. There is a link down below in the description. I have 3 different tiers. Would be honored to have you as a channel member. And as a small way for me to say thank you, I do a once a month members giveaway. Try to make sure it's a really nice knife, not just a little budget knife. Really something worthwhile, because you guys have been so generous with the memberships. I want to be generous back to you. So just my way to say thank you. Thank you to you guys out there so much. And for every new channel member, or anybody who's been a channel member and still a channel member now and has never emailed me, and then anybody who just became a channel member again and you were a channel member before, which is totally cool, but you've never asked for a sticker, email me with your name and address. I would love to mail you out a sticker in my small way to say thank you. Yeah, I just want to, let you know how much I appreciate you. So thank you. And also, if you haven't already, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week.